unwind here on a Friday. We make it to the end of the day. Oh, I love that song. That's taking me back.
Is that SWV?
I think.
Was that it?
In Vogue, maybe?
Was it?
SWV, I always get those two confused.
Producer David, tell us. Don't leave us. I'm going to Google it. Anyway, good morning. Happy birthday, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I've got a lot of gifts here next to me. I have a wonderful card that everyone signed. It says, wishing you the perfect birthday. Stay out late with your squad and get in all sorts of trouble.
I love it.
Because, you know, that's what I'm all about.
You're
staying out late. No, all sorts of trouble. But I do have a big squad, so this is, pretty much accurate here.
Yes, and Netta, we've got a good forecast in store for him.
Yes, we do. I hope you wanted a little bit of rain for your birthday.
Yes, bring it. Tamp down my allergies a little bit.
Yes, anything for those allergies, right? Eric does not like ragweed. That's, no, that affects him in all kinds of ways. So, yes, the rain chances will hopefully minimize that. Our weather pattern is shifting just in time for, Eric's wiser, older years. So here we go. We're going to see things cooling off. San Miguel's view, you see the low-lying cloud coverage, a little bit of higher clouds as well, just kind of a mix going on here. So our marine layer is here in full effect, and then it's a sign that we're seeing onshore flow, cooler weather. We're tracking our chance of rain as well. Temperatures will keep on dropping through at least the middle of next week. So I'll get into all those details coming up here. Hi, Jenny.
I'm excited to see the presents Eric's going to get from his kids. Did they already give you some? Did they make you some handmade cards?
The handmade cards have been made. I have not witnessed them yet. I saw crayons all over the ground that I picked up, though.
Oh, okay. A little cleanup on your birthday as well.
Right.
Hey,
This is by Zane, by the way.
What is it?
Zane.
Zane.
We got it off.
Zane.
Yes.
There you go. It would have been driving you crazy all morning long. Hey, happy Friday. It is 6:02. Very quiet traffic-wise. A little bit of volume on the Coronado Bridge. Crash-wise, there is one. Old Milky Way right at San Pet. And no, they're not referring to me, Old Milky over here. But very minor, very minor crash at Old Pasquale Valley Road. Single lane blocked there. But otherwise, looks good. Back to you.
Well, this morning, millions of Americans are now eligible to get a COVID booster shot. In fact, while you were sleeping, the CDC director overruled the agency's panel, giving the green light to one company's boosters for certain groups.
News 8's Chris Groh is joining us live with everything we need to know. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning. So let's start with who these three groups are that are now eligible. Those 65 and up, those with pre-existing conditions or anything that might make them more susceptible to being hospitalized or serious illness due to COVID-19, and then those who are exposed potentially to COVID-19 at the workplace. Now, the reason why this is a little complicated is because we actually saw the FDA go ahead and give emergency use authorization for those first three groups, but then a CDC panel went ahead and only voted to approve of two of those groups. They only wanted to approve the booster shot for those that are 65 and up and those at high risk of severe disease. So that caused quite a little bit of confusion early on in the week because you had two competing recommendations, essentially. The FDA leaning for all three, the CDC only going for two out of the three groups. However, the CDC director did come in and late last night, early this morning, went ahead and overruled her own CDC advisory panel in order to get all three groups covered here by the booster shot. So again, all three groups have been approved for emergency use authorization there for the Pfizer vaccine to go ahead and get that third booster shot.
Perhaps we should have brought these two agencies together and reimagined a different kind of process where they work together from the outset to come up with unified recommendations. And I think as we go forward and plan differently for a pandemic, we might think differently about how we deploy a vaccine in the setting of a public health emergency like this.
And that was the former head of the FDA, Dr. Scott Gottlieb, again weighing in on that confusion there early on with those two separate recommendations and then how things got smoothed over. Now, for those of you looking at the J&J and Moderna vaccine, approval for those booster shots is expected to happen soon. Eric and Stella.
Chris, thank you. Walmart is giving out free immunization shots for its quarterly wellness day. Tomorrow, customers can walk into Walmart pharmacies and receive a wide range of shots. That includes vaccines for COVID, flu, and others they offer. Insurance is not required for the COVID shot. The event runs from 10 in the morning until 2 p.m.
Escondido police released the name of a man shot and killed by an officer last week. Police say Jonathan Carroll shot another driver in a car-to-car shooting on Friday. When an officer spotted him hours later, he took off off, leading police on a brief chase that ended in a crash. Police say he shot one of the cars with a gun in his hand and then fired at least 2 shots. Carroll was shot several times by the officer and died. Investigators say the weapon he used was a ghost gun. They found 2 more inside the car, as well as hundreds of rounds of ammunition. Meanwhile, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria signed an ordinance banning untraceable ghost guns in the city. The city council passed it last week. It makes the buying, selling, or owning of a gun part without a serial number illegal. It was introduced after a deadly shooting in the gas lamp last April where a ghost gun was used. Police say this year they've confiscated an average of 36 ghost guns a month. The ordinance takes effect on October 14th.
One person is dead this morning and a dozen others were hurt in a shooting at a grocery store in Tennessee. This happened yesterday afternoon at a Kroger outside of Memphis. Witnesses say a young man entered the store, immediately began firing. Officers found the gunman in the back of the store dead of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The 12 people who were hurt were taken to a hospital, some with serious injuries. Witnesses recalled the harrowing moments that unfolded.
He came through the receiving department, through the back of the store, by a break room, then went through the back and came through the back of the receiving department. And one of my coworkers got shot in the head, and a customer got shot in the stomach and in the arm.
Oh.
Wow, the officials have not released the name of the shooter or discussed any possible motive there. And this morning, Brian Laundrie is officially wanted by federal law enforcement for alleged crimes he committed around the time of Gabby Petito's death. A federal arrest warrant has been issued for him. The warrant alleges he used an unauthorized bank card around the time of Gabby's disappearance. And we're learning more about one of the final sightings of the couple while together in Wyoming. The two were seen in a restaurant where Laundrie reportedly got into a fight with the hostess. He has not been seen in more than a week.
Mexican officials are calling on Haitians trying to reach the U.S. through Texas to give up and return to Mexico's frontier. This comes as migrant camps near Del Rio are dwindling in size. Just over 3,000 migrants are in U.S. custody being processed. About 1,400 have been sent to Haiti, many of them women and children. Criticism over the Biden administration's handling of the crisis is mounting. U.S. Special Envoy to Haiti, Daniel Foote, resigned because of what he calls, quote, inhumane and deeply flawed border policies. Well, today is the deadline for small businesses and nonprofits in the city of San Diego to apply for some financial relief. It's all part of a grant program launched by Mayor Todd Gloria and the San Diego Foundation. The program provides $12 million in aid to struggling businesses. The money is for businesses with 100 employees or less who can prove that the pandemic cost them financially. Today's deadline is at 5 p.m. If you want to apply, we have the link at cbs8.com. Just click on the Help button.
Welcome to your Friday. Let's go ahead and check in with Netta. What's this talk about some rain?
Rain, it could be coming. I was just gazing at the pastries in that video earlier. I'm hungry right now. But yeah, if you are waking up right now, you're waking up to cloud coverage. Grab your cup of coffee. Things are going to feel a little bit cooler today. We're already feeling that way this morning, and then our afternoon highs just keep moving downward over the next several days. And then that chance of rain. That's in our forecast too. So let's show you what's going on. Right now, you saw that downtown view, still kind of dark. Our sunrise will be at 6:38 this morning, sunset at 6:42. So here's our east-facing camera. I apologize, I should have changed that right there. But we do see some high clouds overhead, and then also the marine layer clouds. So we're all pretty much waking up to the marine layer across San Diego County, which really is a sign of this change in our weather pattern. Cooler air is here. We're getting a bit of an onshore flow, and that's why we have those clouds. The past few days, we did not have those clouds coming in because we had a total different weather pattern going on. Right now, an area of low pressure is right over San Diego and Baja California in Mexico. So it's just across our border here, and it's going to sit on us. So I'll show you that in a moment. But right now, 61 degrees in Poway. You're waking up to 63 in Del Mar, 68 downtown, 65 in Chula Vista. So overall, a lot of 60s, the desert's low 70s. We're cooler right now than we were yesterday. And then this afternoon, we'll also be dropping. So temperatures will be below average today. Yesterday, we were right there at normal. Let's take you through this radar forecast model here. So this one, it's called the HER, as we like to say in our weather terms. But the HER does a pretty good job of tracking our chances of thunderstorms. So that's why I'm using this model right now. So here we are around 1:30, and you can see the deserts, the higher elevations, that's some moisture coming your way, possibly into North County, into Escondido, perhaps even ocean side, I mean, this could be some widespread rainfall, but it is really minimal. Anything you might get along the coast will not really amount to much. But yeah, you may want to have a little umbrella handy for this afternoon if you are doing anything outdoors. It might be a good idea. Even, dig out an old hoodie or something.